Take a look at piecewise functions, and it's exactly what it sounds like. A function can be in pieces. Piecewise functions are represented by a combination of equations which are corresponding to a certain part of the domain or x value. Values that are less than or equal to 0, so we'll take 0, less than or equal to 0, -1, -2. Then go ahead and plug them into your equation. So where you see an x, put a 0. So that's going to be 2 times 0, which is 0, plus 3 is 3. -1 times 2 is -2, plus 3 is +1. Last one, -2 times 2 is -4, plus 3 is -1. Because it was less than or equal to, it's going to be a closed circle because it was equal to. So closed circle goes with the one with the equal sign, which is this one that we just did. So I'm just gonna make a note. So closed circle is gonna go with this very first equation. And then open circle goes with the other one because there's no equal to underneath it. Again, open circle because there's no equal to underneath it. So give me values that are bigger than 0. So I'm going to start with 0 even though it's not equal to, because I want to see what happens there. It's going to be an open circle. So values that are bigger than 0 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, so forth. So we only need a few, we don't need a many. Again, plug it in, so wherever you see an x, put in your value. So negative of 0 minus 1 is -1. -1 minus 1 is -2, and then -2 minus 1 is -3. Okay, so then all you're going to do is plot these values with a closed circle at the point 0, 3. So go to your graph 0 and then 3, closed circle. Next point, -1, 1. This is a listening check. Circle the number 1. Point at -2, 1. We only needed 2 points, but I'm just plotted. Then just draw a line and extend the line, just because we know it's a linear function. Alright, next one, open circle, because this one didn't have the equal to underneath, so 0, -1. We're going to do open circle. I still needed to know what the endpoint was so I can put the open circle there. Alright, plot the next point, 1, -2, 1, -2, and last point, 2, -3, 2, -3. Go ahead and join those lines, or those dots, sorry. Alright, and that's your piecewise function. So that's the one with the equals to, and that's the one without. So let's take a look at another example. Basically all you do is you just take each piece and make the values and plot them. So this one is less than or equal to, so it's a closed circle at 0. Closed circle. I'm going to make a note of it so that I don't forget. And then give me numbers that are less than 0. -1, -2. You know, you can pick any numbers, it's going to work. This one's an open circle at 0. Open circle at 0. And then give me numbers that are bigger than 0. So 1, 2, etc. Then all you're going to do is plug them in. So everywhere you see an x, you're going to put a 0 and evaluate it. Plug in -2 in, so -4 times -2, +8 minus 2 is 6. Where I see x, put a 0, so 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, and put 2 in, 2 plus 1 is 3. And then go ahead and plot the points. Closed circle at 0, -2. Next point, -1, 2. Last point, -2, 6. And then extend the line. So that's the first one. Next one, open circle at 0, 1. Next point at 1, 2. Next point at 2, 3. And then just extend the line. And that's it. That's what a piecewise function is. It's just pieces of a graph up to a certain point. Alright, let's take a look at one last example. Alright, so x squared, x6, and then 10 minus x. Give me values that are less than 2, including 2, because we're going to say open circle at 2, and then less than 2. I'm going to say 0, and again, I don't have to pick 1. I just pick values that are less than 0, so I mean less than 2. So I can pick 0, I can pick -2, it doesn't matter. Alright, for the next one, give me values that are of x that are equal to 2. So no matter what it is, it has to be equal to 2. So it's a closed circle at the point 2. So all the points have to be 2 there. Closed circle. This is a listening check. Color in the zeros on the left hand side of this pencil. Color in those 2 zeros. And the function says when x is 2, the output is 6. So y is always equal to 6 when x is 2. Alright, then finally, bigger than 2, open circle, so I need 2. and then give me a number that's bigger than 2. I'm going to pick 4. And then less than or equal to, so close circle, and I want 6. 6 is my endpoint. And go ahead and plug it in where you see X put in those numbers. So 10 minus 2 is 8. 10 minus 4 is 6. 10 minus 6 is 4. Alright, then plot. Open circle at 2, 4. The point 0, 0. And the point negative 2, 4. Then join those dots as best as you can. Then the next function, when x is 2, y is 6. And it's just going to be a dot because it's always 2, 6. And then lastly, open circle at 2, 8. This is a listening check. This is a listening check. Underline the word graph in this example only. Underline the word graph. Then next point at 4, 6. And close circle at 6, 4. Join those points up. Don't go past that last point because x is greater than 2 but less than or equal to 6. So this is a listening check. If you join exactly what I just drew and went past my point, you're failing my listening check. And that's pretty much it. So let's practice.